Okay, are we recording? Yes, we are recording. All right, the floor is yours, my love.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good morning, everyone. I wonder, can I just share this? Um, I am just gonna share the cell phone right now. Can you guys see it? Hopefully you guys can see that.
Yes.
Well, anyways, yeah, so good morning. What I want to do today is mostly just take everyone through basically each kind of like bullet point on what we should have set up so far. I did have a little more prepared. I was showing Sasha and she was saying like a lot of it is like a little too technical. So not dumb it down, but like, she's like, yo, chill out, chill out or whatever. So what I wanna do is just make sure that we have the general overview of everything that we went through in these past weeks, and make sure that everyone is set up, and just make sure that we get the idea of where implementing all this kind of takes us. So yeah, so I think I'll start off. If you guys can just put a 1 or a comment, did everyone get their freebie done?
I'm
I'm
not
not
sure
done, and that's
if
really bad, huh?
I sent over my what I had created. I have like little books, so I don't know if I should be selling the whole book or reserving that for after they subscribe and putting. I'm thinking now I probably should put less. So to answer your question,
Mhm.
no and yes.
So
Okay.
yours need you have your tripwire. So Leslie's actually ahead of the curve, but
Okay.
you'll have to circle back. And let's stay on. If you have a couple of minutes after Leslie, let's chat because I think I can kind of help you, dumb it down to like a little one sheet, and then we'll save your books because they're really, they encompass so much that they should definitely be a tripwire.
Awesome.
Okay.
Okay, cool. And then how about, does everyone have their link tree? Good, good. Okay, cool. Yes, from Leslie. Okay, cool.
Can we put it in the chat, the link maybe, and then that way, if anyone needs to download a link tree, that's something that you guys can do, ASAP.
Okay, awesome. Awesome, awesome. Okay, cool. So let me just bring this back up. Link tree created, but not the funnel part. Okay, awesome. So let me, I'm gonna actually kind of show you guys like a funnel and what it looks like now. As you can see, I'm on Sasha's Instagram page. And I believe that next module that you guys will be going over like marketing and social media. So it'll kind of like glue, glue it all together as far as pulling people to your page, and getting the attention on your page to get them to your link tree. So I'm on Sasha's page, not now. And then let me just go ahead and click the link tree here, just to give you guys overview of how this kind of works. So as you can see with Sasha, she has like a ton of stuff here. Again, and I had mentioned earlier in the module that you'll want to, when you're doing your posts and things like that, you want to keep it, keep in mind that you're trying to bring traffic to your link tree. So a lot of like the personal posts or things like that, you just always want to make sure that it's along with your branding to pull people in. And let's see, where are you, freebie? There you are. All right, 5 steps to targeting your ideal customer freebie. So as you can kind of see here, so it goes to firstmilly.com. So what we have set up here is a funnel. And excuse my speeds, guys, because this is just, of course, obviously this is not on my actual phone. This is just on the computer, so it may take a little longer. So yeah, so basically it says go ahead and click the button to download, 5 steps to targeting your ideal customer. And we'll hit download now. And basically, this is what you guys had created. So this would be Sasha's freebie, if that makes sense. So it says download now. And I'll actually, let me put in my name here. So, Bracken, and then, and then I'll hit subscribe. Okay, and then what you guys can't see, I can already see in my email that an email popped up. So that's what we're talking about, the MailChimp and the MailerLite. And actually, let me just show you that right now. Zoom, where's my buttons at? Okay, maybe I'll show you it after because I can't find my my buttons. Okay, so it says, congrats, your file has been delivered. And then you give them a special one-time offer. And then you see it says, get access to our Start and Strategize workshop now and save big. Also, you can put a countdown right here a lot of times, so that can kind of put pressure on the buyer. They're here and they're interested in what you have. So while they're here for that, you want to kind of give them like a deal that they can't turn down or what have you, especially if they're interested in you. So you see that we've got the markdown there from $49 or from $149 to $49. And then I'll say, okay, go ahead and get the workshop now. And then you can kind of see, so this doesn't have to switch domains like that, but we're on startandstrategize.com now. But basically, so when you have your different websites, funnels, and that type of thing, you can kind of, how we were doing almost like the automation with MailerLite and MailChimp, where basically you can toss someone in this group and then, depending on what they click, go ahead and toss them in that group. So same thing with this here. If someone said no thanks on the previous page, we could have took them to a different page than this one. So, and then here we've got the Start and Strategize workshop. And basically a quick rundown on there. And then we've got testimonials. And then, so also here, so it's basically like another Tripwire and or upsell. So it says special one-time offer, get a social media strategy session right now for $47. So if they want to do that, they can go ahead and click yes. And then they put in their billing information. I'll probably get this through. Huh? And then as you can see, so it kind of just sectioned it off here. Again, so we want to keep it low. That's what we were saying, right? So if you just only send them to your website and you have a products page, they may add all of your items and then basically at the end say, oh, you know what, it's too much. But right here, they have the option where they can either add another item at the top or not accept it, right? And then a coupon code if they have, and then they can proceed to PayPal. So I'll just, I'll stop it right there. But with that said, so there's also other options, right? So if they said no thanks to this offer, you could send them to another page, or it could be done. You can say have a nice day. Or if they buy here, then you can upsell them to either something more expensive or less expensive, really depending on the psychology that you got kind of want to implement. So, but being that if they did spend $100 here, maybe they have 100 extra, we'll send them to another page with another offer. So that's the reason for the freebie, so you can get them into this funnel and into your database. All right, and then let me see if I can share. All righty. And then this is the email that came from that. So basically, download our guide, to 5 steps targeting your ideal customer here. So you have another link there. Also, we could have just sent it straight forward. Leslie, I know we were talking before where you were saying that you sent them straight there. So this is an option. You can kind of see they're getting exposed to like 4 other things, basically taking this route. But basically, you kind of go into it and you see we have our verbiage and say you can buy it now for $49 instead of $149 if they need help. And then you can also advertise 20% off of one-on-one consulting, join our accountability group on Facebook, that type of thing, right? So, and then if I hit register now, it's just gonna take us to that same page. And this is that same page that we're on. Are there any questions so far? Okay, good, good. So let's see. So what I kind of wanted to do, obviously this was, a workshop. I wanted to get just kind of an idea where everyone is at because, the modules do kind of like build upon each other. So I want to see where everyone is at so we can kind of either catch you up or offer help or, that type of thing.
For me, I'm a little like under pressure, and I feel like I'm going to start to be left behind because since I sell homes, I help people buy and sell homes.
Right.
But now it's kind of like I need to find some content or create something. So I start thinking about doing some hoodies or doing this or doing that. And it's kind of taking me somewhere else. And now I have to focus my energies on creating, I guess, marketable materials.
Right.
As opposed to just my main thing is I want to capture leads without having to do any work. I want to be like a Zillow, a Redfin, where I can set it and have the emails going out continuously.
Right.
And also for all my services, I like the tripwires and the things and how the people are receiving the emails and I'm on their mind.
Right.
But that would be like my main thing first, but I am interested and intrigued on getting to the marketing something tangible.
Right.
Out of my services as well. But I just know that that's going to take a whole nother capacity that I'm afraid of if I try to start creating something different outside of my regional lane, that it'll take away from my main goal.
Right.
Absolutely. Okay, yeah, I was just gonna say I definitely understand the fear with that, right? And I think it's perfectly fine to have our main focus, keep the main thing. So saying that to say your guides and things like that, if you don't feel comfortable selling those and you want to use those as lead magnets, right? Meaning people will still do, it's the same exact process, but now you're going to be in front of more people, right? So you're going to be targeting them different ways. And essentially, once you have your list, you can do whatever you want with your list, right? You could decide, hey, I want to start selling Kool-Aid. You could, focus on selling and buying homes. You can, come up with a product line, the hoodies, t-shirts, lip gloss. It honestly doesn't matter, right? But what we want to do, our main objective in all of this is building all of y'all's tribe, right? Your individual tribes, meaning people who are in your target market, who are bought in to you as the subject matter expert, so to speak, in your field, right? So you're going to have a mix of different types of people. If you're in the real estate space, then that probably means that you need to be the subject matter expert when it comes to buying a home, selling a home, and or becoming a real estate agent, right? Like those are your lanes, right? And it really anything that you're offering people within those lanes is fine. What we want you to set up, which is different than a lot of people in the real estate space do, is we want you to essentially build yourself up as the subject matter expert, right? Like you're doing the same thing that the big guys are doing, but you're only you, right? So by having this automation set up, it's a good way to get you in front of a lot of more people. Now, one kind of concern, I'm sure, and I kind of feel like the same, I've had a similar conversation with Simone, right? With because she does wedding cakes. And one of the things with that is it's kind of a, I don't want to say a rock and a hard place, but while you want to really put yourself out there, at the same time, it's like if you know that you can't, unless you're ready to go sell houses and buy houses all over the United States, right? Or in her case, she's servicing a certain set community, right? Like the people that are within her driving distance, essentially, right? To do the cake tastings, to drop off the cakes, pick up the cakes, whatever they're doing with the cakes. The same thing with you. I know that you serve, the Los Angeles and like Riverside, areas, right? So for you, it's probably, like, do you even want, and by having the tripwires, by doing the ads, by doing that, what you're doing is kind of exposing yourself to leads that are beyond your general demographic, right? Like where you can't go and hang door, what's the little things called, the little doorknob things, and exactly, like these are going to be outside of the scope. But what you're doing is you're building your reputation up outside of just your area, and that's where you're able to really leverage. And I think especially with you having the brokerage part of your business, right, and being a broker, I think that that's not only genius, but it's a really good direction to go. Because how do you think Keller Williams became Keller Williams? They didn't, you know what I mean, kind of like stick within their own backyard. You have to kind of not be afraid to expose, I guess, yourself to other types of clients, other possibilities. And again, I'm here in Georgia, I might connect with you online, I might follow you, I might read your emails, I might read your tips. If I'm not buying a house in, LA or Riverside right now, you might think, oh, like it's not even really worth my time because she can't buy a house for me, or she'll probably go with another agent, right? But if I have that trust with you, one, if I ever go to California, you're my girl, right? If I ever do want to buy something out there. Two, if I have family or friends, I'm going to refer you because now I trust you. Three, again, I would pay something for your products or some of your services. Maybe I'll ask you to come speak at an event because I trust your expertise in the area, right? But you're essentially making yourself more like a mogul or more like a go-to in your industry. And that's the best way to do it. So again, I don't want you to get in the weeds, so to speak, like, oh, I got to make like physical products. But taking a couple of minutes, and it won't take you, you have so much information in your brain already. You taking a day or two and blocking off a day or two, and I will help you. I'll come alongside you. You taking a day or two and coming up with some digital products is not going to be too much sweat off your back. Like you'll be fine. You know what I mean? Like you have enough information in your brain that we can, you know what I mean? We can make it tangible without you having to worry about, oh, let me, get some t-shirts printed or, get like a whole product line going. And I like the idea, and I think it's a good idea. And, saying that to say, if it's going to take you away from the main thing, then let's table it for a minute. Let's just focus on coming up with your freebie. And you already have, in my opinion, digital products. But if you want to use those as a freebie and you want to come up with something else, and I already have some ideas, we'll sit and we'll like flush them out. And then let's do that. But, don't be discouraged or feel like you have to come up with the whole product line right now.
Okay, well, that explained a lot. And as you were speaking, it brought some more ideas to mind. Like I can go more in depth on like taking buyers step by step on the credit. First thing you do is work on and then we even put some vendors or some people that I personally use that help clean up credit and so on and so forth. So
yes,
okay, I feel more comfortable.
Exactly that.
I'm like,
see,
what am I gonna make?
Right. It's already in all of our head. Like we are this. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's not like we have the capacity to do it all, and we know a lot more than we're even really giving ourselves credit for most of the time. So yes, you'll. Am I being loud? I know you're out to eat, Trish.
I just want to add.
No, you're not. I have my AirPods.
Okay, your earbuds.
Yeah, I have my AirPods
Yelling
on.
in this restaurant. She like,
No, totally not. For me, I am like so overwhelmed. I feel behind. I am at a stage to where I know you guys want us to do it and to get the experience so that we can delegate it onto a team. But I just feel as though like time management right now is just like everything. Like I'm not even posting on my social media and I am like flooded with business. That's how
yes,
great it's going. And it's like when I do post, like I posted when I was going on vacation that I was closing and I did like something on Canva and just put like the work that I did for the first quarter. And people just seen it. It was just like, oh my God, I didn't know you did all of this. And so I had, tons of inquiries. And I was just like, okay, so if I imagine if I did post every single day and have like an
yes,
automated system, how much business I would get. But right now I'm still just like with word of mouth and just still, half-fast posting. I barely post on Instagram. That's like my Instagram is like sucks. I know I need to like work on that. So right now I'm just like overwhelmed because I'm like, I literally do not have the time or the capacity to just sit down and really actually like do the work. And I'm just like at a stage where I'm like, okay, so who can I hire?
yes.
Who can I hire to do this? Because for me, like I'm looking for my own creative space, my own venue right now because I'm missing a lot of money because people are like, oh, I want to have a baby shower, but I want to have it here. And I can't go to this place because X, Y, and Z. And I'm just like, okay, is this a sign? I need to get my own venue. So I've been like doing that now and meeting with people. And so I have a day or two to where I do sit down and I do like admin stuff and sit down with my virtual assistant. But even when I do that, it's still like, because I'm in the process of training her, that it's like, I don't even have enough time to even fully train her to where I'm still like running around my iPad and I'm just like, all right. And I'm like missing the meetings at night because I'm going to look at venues and stuff. And I'm just like, okay, so what do I do? Now I'm just like, and then on top of that, I know I sound like I'm all over the place, but
No, you're fine.
on top of that, I created the freebie, but I haven't done my link tree. I haven't set up my mailer light yet. Because again, I just feel like I just want to pay somebody to do it. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm just
No,
like
no.
the technical stuff. I
Okay,
don't know.
so I want full disclosure, right? Like I can't judge any of y'all because I live with him, right? So when I
Right.
like I understand. I understand. We definitely let's talk after the call. If you have a couple of minutes
Yes.
today. Because we do have and that's the thing. We have a team, so we can do all of these things for you ladies. But again, the whole premise of everything is so you'll at least have an
Just so we
understanding.
know.
So saying that to say, I don't want you to not get it done. So if we need to get it done, we'll get it done for you. And then maybe when you do have a little bit more time, come back and really try to get your brain wrapped around the process, right? Because I don't want, you know what I mean? I don't want us to be completely I guess closed off from the experience and really knowing all because it's these things are going to be major functioning aspects of your business. And we've already
to
talked,
your business,
you
right?
need to hire, like you need, like for
right.
real.
That's the part, right?
Like,
I need to hire because if I do, imagine if I posted consistently,
exactly.
like from
and we're
having
not
a 1K
limiting
day every
ourselves.
other day, it would be just like $1,000 weeks.
And that's what we're going for. We're not going to limit ourselves because of our own comfort, right? Like you being like, oh, I'm bit like, embrace the busy and let's grow. Like it's
right.
All
Like
the signs
let's
are pointing
scale.
to. That's what all the signs are pointing
And I
to.
don't have a problem. Like I went back and I watched all of the videos and stuff, and then I have so much content, so I'm just like, oh, it was easy for me to just write something down and just be like, budget. Let's talk budget, and create something off of theme, how to come up with a creative theme. So it's just like I have the content. I need to put it in Canva. I need to design it and just
put it out.
This is why I got y'all.
Yes, we'll talk offline. And we'll get you all set up because I don't want you to be, feel behind or not. And again, you guys don't feel like you have to trigger everything this month. So we're going to have ads and we're going to have a marketing module. We're going to have a social media module. So saying that to say, I feel like everyone's kind of feeling like, okay, I have this information. and I'm a go-getter and I'm gonna do everything, so let me like make it all happen right now. And that's not the case. What we're doing is literally just the setup. So you guys have another 2 or 3 weeks when we're just setting up. So don't feel so much pressure. Like, we're not triggering things right now. Your emails aren't, you know what I mean, like about to just start hitting folks today or tomorrow or even next week.
Okay,
Like,
because that was my thing. I was like, oh, I'm
Yes.
gonna be so behind. So when they do something, I'm gonna be like, what in the world? And I am in tune. Like, I'm on you see me commenting. Like, I go back and I rewatch it. So I
Yes.
rewatch the tech thing twice because I'm like, oh Lord, like what am I
we're
gonna
just
have
setting
to
up.
do
We are
this?
just
Right.
setting
Okay.
up.
So
Yes.
that makes me feel a little better. So I have time to actually like set up. And I'm putting I'm putting the effort there. So
yeah, we're gonna go through all of the emails together. So we're gonna go through all the emails together. We're gonna we're gonna go through everything together. At this point, the only this module, what the requirements are to sign up for your MailChimp or MailerLite account. Most of us have done that, right? The second thing is to come up with a freebie. If we don't have a freebie, we probably have something that looks like a freebie, or let's get on a 30-minute call and we will come up right then and there with your freebie. Okay. The third thing is your tripwire. Low cost, digital item, unless you have physical products. But for most of us, it'll be a digital item. It's not, that's what I'm saying. Those are the only 3 true requirements, are what's required from you. Right.
Right.
And Tony's been doing one-on-ones with, some of you ladies already in the group. And then, people, some of the ladies that aren't even here tonight or today, actually, this morning, whatever time zone it is for you. And, kind of just going through and like getting it up and getting it together. And then we're going to all as a unit go back in, draft the emails. We can give each other feedback on them. So just saying, everybody just take a breath.
Right. Because I'm like, I was like
time.
overwhelmed. And then
yes.
Yeah. And then as far as like the digital product, like I kind of see value in doing it, but I kind of don't. So I definitely need to talk with you because I want to do something to where like I can offer like a service or a discounted service, because I'm in the event industry, so people are not really going to want to pay for a digital product as far as like information.
No, they will. Are you kidding me?
They will. Well,
no.
Yes.
Wait.
I don't know.
Listen. Okay, I see the Audacity sign. Leslie, thank you for that. Okay, so Exhibit A, Audacity. Exhibit 2, or is it B? Exhibit B, think like a CEO, not like a small business. Do not be small business minded, okay? What we want to do is take you as fully away and out of the day-to-day as possible. People will pay you for your information before they will pay you for anything else. People will pay you for your information before they can even afford to pay you for anything else. I'm not saying neglect other areas of your business, but like literally, for instance, so we have service, right? Like we offer website development, we offer app development, we offer business coaching and like other business services, right? Okay, and now we're offering like trademarks, copyright, and contracts, legal services as well. With that being said, my digital product that Tony just showed you guys is my my previously recorded workshop. I charge people for tickets for it. People pay good money to come. We had the workshop, we recorded it, and now someone can pay me for access to watch the recording and a copy of the workbook, a digital copy. It's now paying for itself. Does that make sense? And you can honestly sometimes charge more for the replay than you did for the original, because information is king. I would pay you to know how to come up with the theme. I would pay you to help me with my budget. Even and that's the thing too. I think sometimes we're thinking in a space of what we can actually kind of go in and make beautiful, or go in and do with our hands, or actually, you know what I mean? Like there's a ton of people that don't live in your county, don't live in your state, and can't afford to fly you out, right? our main goal can be, hey, I want to deal with clients where I can, you know, go all over the world and set up their events or whatever the case may be. And that's perfectly fine. But don't sleep on having, you know, things on set it and forget it, right? Like if you do it might take you, again, it might take you 1 or 2 days, let's say a week. It might take you a week to come up with, let's say, an e-guide, right? Like a party in your pocket guide, right? And we could put that in that same e-guide could make you hundreds in the beginning, maybe even at some point, you know, thousands of dollars a week just from people going on and buying it. Maybe they live in another country, maybe they live in another state. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things that you can set and forget.
I guess it's a mind shift thing for me because I'm so used to doing a service for many. So like, you know, doing a service or doing an event versus me trying to, you know, bottle up my information to sell it. So
yes, yeah, we have to bottle it up because you're only you. And even when you train people, even when you grow your team, your mind is what can't be replaced, right? Like your abilities and your knowledge and your skill set is what is, you know, what's going to pay the bills. So, you know, you have to kind of, at some point, we're going to be sending people off to decorate or do the things. You know what I mean? Like they're not going to be able to just access you just because they want to. And that's for all of you and all of you.
That's goals.
You know? But it's not even necessarily, I made a post the other day in that other group. So, and Tony, we're just like, he's like, I wanted to talk about
you guys are good.
And funnels. And one of the things I posted, goals without strategy are essentially null and void, right? So what we're working on is not necessarily just like the goal, that's cute and that's cool. And we talk about goals every week and we talk about goals every quarter and we talk about goals every year. But what we're doing is we're just getting knee deep, you know, up to here in the things, right? Like, and actually like, let's strategize. How can we make sure that we all have not only, you know, businesses, but empires, right? Like we're literally empire building. We're not thinking small. And the thing is, nothing that I'm suggesting, nothing that I'm saying, nothing that Tony is giving us, nothing that Renisha gave us, nothing that any of the other speakers and, you know, people coming alongside to help us, nothing that they're giving us or instructing us on is without not being in reach, right? Like everything is in reach and everything is completely feasible and completely doable. Now, again, I don't blame you. I'm not one to judge y'all because I don't do my own tech. Like I'd be like, baby, he showed me how to post up our video, our last Zoom call. I posted that myself this morning and we've been meeting for a couple of months now. And that was the first one I posted myself. Like, oh, you want me to do it myself? So I feel you, sis. Like I'm there and we can get you, like you have, and that's the thing. My tech team is Sue Tech team. So if you guys need something, we have that resource, right? Like, it's not like it's just not going to get done. But definitely the freebie and your tripwire are non-negotiables. Like we're not going to go back and forth about if, it's just, you know, or not even really when, because we're running out of time. So just do it. Like, and if you need my help, we'll sit down, we'll do it together. You can buy me coffee. I will work for coffee. And let's just get it done. Okay. All right. It's yours again, baby.
Okay. Thank you.
No, I just want to add to the conversation probably a little bit too, because one of the things being like this last week, what it's looked like for me is like setting up MailerLite and setting up MailChimp, like, you know, saying that to say you're not on your own and not wanting to do that. That's people have reached out and that's what I'm doing, you know, with my time helping you ladies out. And then also, I just want to kind of emphasize that we started, you know, Be Creative. And I could probably like show you some slides where it's like we're an extension of Creative's team, if that makes sense. So that was the original kind of goal, was to be part of a team. Because there's a time where you can't afford like a full team where you're going from small guy to the big guy. And that was what we really kind of wanted to help with. And then so just to add to, because, you know, we used to be like in the music industry and still do a little bit here or there. But I remember that there was a artist, not an artist, a DJ. Her name's DJ Charisma. I think she's still on like Power 106. You guys would know. And I used to go on her not Instagram, Twitter, and basically like every other night she would just, you know, do like I don't want to say a house party, but she'd be at this venue, that venue. You know, she's one of the Power 106 DJs, you know, or whatever. And they would have a lot of like the local artists, you know, who are YG, but, you know, not, you know, Tyga, but not, you know, the big Drakes and stuff like that. And literally every place that she went, because they would put the flyer, right? But I would just grab the name of the venue and the address and just kind of like add it to this like list of venues. Like, oh, okay, like, you know, if YG is up in there, if he can get up in there, or, you know, whatever, Charisma's in there. So literally like that was something I sold. Like, hey, I mean, I have a list of venues in LA. Like, you know what I mean? If you want, you know what I mean? Boom, go ahead, shoot me this, or someone's number, or, you know what I mean? You know, big guys. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
no,
But
that's really good because I have my own venue list where I have like florists and other people that do what I do, like DJs, photographers and stuff. And I didn't even think about selling my vendor list. So
right. And
just
that's
had a
the
light bulb
thing.
go up in my head.
People-
Right. And that's the thing, because if I was looking for someone to, you know, kind of do a party for me, or maybe I was thinking I could do it myself or whatever the case, and I hadn't dealt with you before, then I might be like, nah. But if I had like a vendors list, I'm like, oh, I know that she got the vendors and the florists, so like maybe I'm gonna hit you up before.
Yes.
That's what that subject matter expert is. It's like,
Mhm.
you know, and even Leslie too, you know, kind of how you were mentioning, like, because part of what I was doing too last week was kind of like looking at, you know, your system and stuff. And I think like my biggest offense with it was that it felt like a realtor. Like, you know, when I land on your page, like, okay, this person wants to send me a house. But if you were like, hey, this is how we bought a duplex one year or something like that, and that's the information, then I'd be like, what? I want to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want reoccurring income, you know, that type of thing, but just little like hints and tips. Like what Sasha said, it's already in your mind. You've already done the work. You already, you know, have the notes around for it. But that might be, you know, what you want to give away as a freebie or sell it. I know you were saying that it may be more important to you to get, Leslie, to get, you know, those leads. So it may be that you do want to just give out, you know, those freebies, or like we were saying with the multiple landing pages, like, hey, if you like cats, here's the landing page for you. If you like California, if you like this county, I know all about that county, that type of thing. And so same thing, list of, you know, X in this county, or where to stay away from. Like, that's my main thing. You know, I have a family, where to stay away from when in Georgia. Like, I'll pay for that information, and like, you'll be my main line when I hit Georgia, you know, or California, like, okay, because I need that guide or whatever. But again, it's usually all there, but you just have to talk to me. You know what I mean? Like, like a person, but just not like a, you know what I mean? Like, hey, are you looking to buy a house? Which that can be a question on your forms, right? Are you looking to buy a house now? Yes or no? And then, but you know, that might be the prompt for if you're gonna pick up your phone and call them immediately. You know what I mean? But you just want to like kind of get them in there by relating to them, you know, as a person.
Relationships is what's going to make you $1 million brand or better. Busy work is what's going to keep you, you know, and not saying we won't grow. Like, we're all successful, capable business women. Like, we're all going to be successful, but we're talking about like to get to that next level where people in Georgia, in New York, in Texas, in, you know, major hubs, right, are like, they know who Leslie Henderson is, right? Like, that's, you know what I mean? Where you're like the go-to for whatever it is that you want to make yourself the go-to for. And you have that, like, you're sitting on a whole, and especially with you being a broker, like, you are sitting on so much possibility, you know what I mean? And again, and that's why team building is going to be a part of this, because we are all only one person, right? So if you can get certain parts of your business that are on, kind of set it and forget it, then that's a little bit less that you'll have to think about, worry about, or work on, every day in your business. One thing, and I'm going to shut up, but Tony, I think that maybe in the next couple, because I know we have you for another week or two, I'm thinking that we probably should go through and work on like task management, whether that's like going through Trello or kind of setting up our processes. What do you ladies think about that? Like, would that be helpful to kind of like pause and get kind of a process and like get our systems in order? Because I feel like as we grow, kind of having that might help, even with like delegating to other people and stuff like that, or having everything where we can kind of see it. Is that, what do you think about that? Is that like in your?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. If Tony's down, I put him on the spot.
I'm totally down. And
okay.
also too, I just want to put it out there, like for your like websites, MailerLite, MailChimp and stuff, if you guys can send me your login, my email is just Tony at Brackens. It's Sasha's, but just Tony at Brackens Creative. If you need help, like there's a couple people who have reached out already, like, I guess I won't call out anybody's name, but anyways, I'm like literally kind of like doing it for them, automations, setting that up, and email people who haven't had an email address from their business name and things like that. But saying that to say, again, just want to emphasize, like, use me, like, you know what I mean? Let me help you out. If it's too intimidating,
Can you drop it in the chat?
What was that?
Your email? Can you drop it in the chat?
I just did.
did.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Do y'all see it? Is it there?
Yep, it's there.
Okay.
BrackensCreative.com. Yes. So yeah, utilize that. Let me hook you up. What else, Sasha? So I had something kind of planned for like funnels, but it's a little bit technical. But I know that I have like one-on-one set up with people and stuff too, right, Sasha? So I can
Yep. And then everybody that he didn't get to Tuesday and Thursday, I'm going to give you a call so we can set up a time within the next couple of days. I want to kind of make sure everybody is fully up to speed. So can we, who does not have a link tree at all? That was Octavia. Anybody else?
Me.
Okay. So, okay, I'm about to take inventory real quick. We're about to do a little roll call so we can know exactly what everybody needs. Okay, so we need to set up a link tree at all. And that was Octavia and Trish. Okay, and then who does not have a MailChimp or a MailerLite? Trish, okay. Okay. And then who still needs to work on their freebie?
Regal.
Okay.
Yeah, I have it. I just haven't put it in Canva and
Made it
make
cute.
it pretty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Leslie. Regal. Okay.
I'm halfway
Perfect.
through with it, but it's not complete.
Okay, no worries. And we'll take a look at it. Okay. Anything else that is causing us stress, strife, anything?
This is Cedrica.
Hey, girl.
When we do our call, I'm gonna get with Tony to do my trip funnel and stuff for me. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So Cece and Trish are like just pure delegation. You're like,
yes,
what?
because I like to learn something real quick and then hire out real quick.
Yes. Okay. Understood. Got it. And that's good. When the key word is learn a little something,
Yes.
and then this ain't me. Go on. That's what I'm saying. Everybody has permission. This can be your 3. I think everybody watched or attended one of the Start and Strategize workshops. And when we get to the point where we're writing down what can we do in our business, but it's gonna take some time. It's gonna take too much effort. That is what we circle. That is what we give away, right? So it's okay to circle this and give it away, but we have to be aware of what we're circling and giving away, right? So there's no shame in the circle giveaway, but we want to make sure everybody knows what's going on. So I guess, with that being said, you want to just leave the floor open? So did everybody understand how Tony kind of showed us what it looks like as far as like our link tree, the freebie? Can you pull back up the phone, babe? And I want to kind of show them too really quickly. And we're going to deal with this more on the social media part, but I want to kind of give you guys an example. So what Tony was saying by like, we're going to have content, you know what? We're going to wait. It's okay. I'm not about to stress nobody out.
You sure?
Yes, it's fine. But yeah, all of you are super dope and wouldn't even be here otherwise. Like, you got this. You are this. This is light work. It doesn't feel like light work because it's out of our element. But as we're growing, and again, CEO mentality, right? Like, how would someone run this if it was a million or billion dollar empire, a million or billion dollar company? They wouldn't run it with the thought process that they have to do everything, right? Or be involved in every pieces, or just go with the model that society has told them that they have to do, right? Like, oh, well, and I'm taking the same advice for myself because I kind of get caught up in that as well. And it was funny because you guys know we're building the law firm. Right. And right now we're doing all of like the background work, to finally eventually here soon launch it. And I'm like, building kind of my prices and my services and, things like that. And I had a couple of trademark clients kind of come on board, and I had a few calls for it. And in these calls, my initial call is like an hour, and that's even before they pay me. That's just, me telling them all about trademark, right? And that's what led me to want to do this workshop, because I'm like, let me put the information out there, because I like people to make informed decisions. I don't ever want anyone to feel like I hid the ball, or like I was being like deceptive, or didn't give them enough information to make a decision. So that's just how I am. But anyway, saying all this to say, I'm spending like an hour on the initial call, most of the time before they even pay me. And then I'm doing the knockout search. And then after the knockout search, I'm doing a report. And then after the report, I get back on the phone with them. And then we talk another hour, sometimes, it's supposed to be 30 minutes, but it ends up being an hour for examples of it. And it ends up being another hour discussing all of the details of the report, right? And then we get everything together to file. So that's kind of been my process. And I'm building out my process, so I am giving myself grace. So anyway, I'm looking at something today, and it's a person that's my competition, right? And she does a 15-minute call initially. This is after you pay her. After you pay her, she does a 15-minute call. After the 15-minute call, she does a knockout search. After the knockout search that's done by her, or it's probably not done by her, but the report is done by her. So she has somebody else on her team, I'm sure, do the knockout search, a paralegal or an associate attorney, do the knockout search. Then she doesn't sit down with them. Then they get a 30-minute consultation with an associate attorney. So they literally get 15 minutes of her time, and she does a report based off of somebody else's work. And I'm like, okay, like, you know what I'm saying? When you have to like learn, because I could spend an hour initially, an hour with the follow-up, probably like 2 hours doing the knockout search, and another maybe hour, just answering questions and getting things together for the filing, right? So I could spend 5 hours, but this lady is spending, her and her team collectively are spending 45 minutes on the phone? So, when you have to start, and it was kind of like and this just happened this morning. So saying that to say, I'm not giving you ladies advice that I'm not trying to learn and adhere to myself, right? We have to learn how to scale up, right? Like how many more trademarks can I do a week if it only is taking me a 15-minute, hey, how you doing? This is how it goes. I already did the workshop on this. Here's the link, right? Or buy the link in that case, first of all, right? So that type of thing. So we just have to constantly be thinking, how can we create processes that are going to take less of our time, less of our energy, and either make us more money or make us easier money. Like what is the saying? The work smarter, not harder, right? Like we need to learn how to work smarter. And us being in the trenches, even though it makes us feel good, like y'all are all like me, and that's probably why we all have kind of come together in the sense that I know y'all. Like I know because like me, it feels good to be, I don't even want to necessarily say busy, but if not busy, like it makes us feel like we're being progressive, like we're doing something because we're busy and we got these moving pieces and my business can't run without me and all of that. And that shit's cute, but that's not going to get us to the status that we want to be in, right? Like it's going to be a barrier. We're going to be our own barriers. Like I can look at all of you ladies in your face right now and tell you that you are the only thing holding you back, just like I am the only thing holding me back. Like it's just, and that's why having groups like this, having accountability, I love you. Jazz was in the middle of my screen. I love you. Having accountability, and then having someone to tell you, like, no, you're fucking up, and no, quitting is not an option, and no, skipping steps is not an option, right? We can do the steps smarter. Again, I'm not gonna force y'all because I'm not even doing it myself. Like I have not been following along. I've been making a lot of phone calls. I've been, all of that. But when it comes down to it, I'm like, babe, so I have a thing, and can you, right? Like,
I was gonna say, I've been working hard.
yes. I've been just sipping my coffee, like, ooh.
You funny cousin.
How this gonna go? Yes, Tony's been.
And we appreciate you, Tony. We really, really do. Like I know I appreciate you. I'm sure everybody does here too. So
this was a light
I'm
month
like so
for
excited
me.
to continue to work with you. Like seriously.
Let's get it.
No, he's not lying.
Literally, I just showed my husband. I said, actually, when I got on the call, he was like, "Is that Sasha? I know her voice by now." And I was like, "Yeah." And when Tony started talking, I was like, "Look, this is her husband. I don't know if I've showed you." I was like, "They're in the same house in two completely different rooms." And he was like, "Wow, that says a lot." So yeah, man, we appreciate y'all so much. Y'all are definitely the dope. I know I'm always crying on every call, but
I cry a lot too. You're not alone.
You guys don't know how much I appreciate it. I said, this is the point where I just give up. I've been working on this for like a couple of years. And when it comes to this part, I just be like, I can't do this. And so I just give up. And you guys have definitely been encouraging me and pushing me through that I've moved further in this area than I've ever in the last couple of years.
That makes my heart happy.
Awesome.
Like that makes my heart so happy.
100% agree with you. Yeah. I'm the first I've ever been in my life, and this isn't even close to where we're going. So
no, absolutely. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it all. So yeah, I didn't mean to, stop the lesson, but we sometimes we need that, right? Like, and I know, and literally everyone, even Cece can probably attest to that because she already had her ClickFunnels set up, and she's like, "I'm good to go." And like literally everyone has been like, "Hold on, wait, what? You want me to do what?" Like I don't even like y'all no more. I have one lady, and I'm not gonna I love her, and I'm not gonna call her out. She knows who she is when she listens to this, but she keep calling and texting my phone trying to quit, and I'm like, I'm not like feeding into you. Like just go on about your business. I'll see you next week or not, girl, bye. Like you're good. Because we are all having those moments, right? Where it's like, this shit's hard, but building what we're building is hard, and it's going to be hard, and it's going to be frustration, and it's going to be tears, and it's going to be like wanting to quit, and it's going to be all of the things in between. But you are not alone. Tony can attest to that and people are utilizing him. So if you're one in the group that's not, or like, oh, I don't want to bother, you might as well just hop on in line. But yeah, we're going to make it through.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's 2:00.
Oh, we're at an hour. Does anybody have questions or like concerns or anything like that? I'm thinking it'll probably be better just to kind of focus on the one-on-one time. The rest of the week up until the next meeting.
Did you still want me to wait after the call was over?
Yeah, or we could probably just set up you want to set up another call? Because this is recorded, so I don't want to put
Oh.
everybody being all your personal business. Okay, oh yeah, well, I'll call you right after.
Okay, and text me because I finally got my new phone and I didn't have a
Yes.
backup. So I know
Okay.
I didn't have a backup, so I just lost everything in that phone.
I hate that, but I will text you.
I know. Okay.
Alrighty. Any ladies have questions for Tony before we
So we'll
hop
just set up
off?
a time for the one-on-one later.
Yes. Who's available today? I know Leslie, I'm gonna call you right now. Is anyone else available today?
No, I'm doing a cake right now.
Okay. Trish, do you have a couple minutes, CC?
Yeah, I have some time.
Okay.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so I'm gonna call the three of you today, and then when are you available? You're supposed to be at the Soul Swap meet right now.
Right.
Okay, so let's let you go. Maybe call Monday or just text me and we'll find or call me when you're settled back at home. Yes, I hope today goes great for you guys.
Thank you.
I wish
Thank
I was
you.
there so I could come have me some yummy food. But yes, call me. Call me after, and we'll set up a time. To talk. And then Simone, let me know. You said you're doing a cake right now, so just text me and let me know. And then Rigo, you as well. When are you available, Rigo?
It'll be sometime next week. I just want to make sure I have my freebie and everything done because I get the process, but I want the steps to actually execute it to completion is what I need help with.
Okay. So let's do like Monday or Tuesday early because I want us all there before the next call.
Okay, I'll text you my availability for Monday.
Okay.
I'm available anytime Monday.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so I'm about to call Leslie now with Tony on the line, and then I'm gonna call was it CC and then Trish, I think.
Okay.
In order. Okay. All right, perfect. I love you, ladies. Have a beautiful week, and I will talk to you all in the next couple of days. Okay, or today for some of us.
Love you guys too.
Okay. All right, bye.